Now let's see about CIN operation. While cout is used for outputting to the terminal, CIN is used for getting input from the user. Do we actually need to get any input? Yes, while writing the code you can initialize the variable and provide all the required details. That's not the case always. Consider that the user wishes to give his own input. In that case this method can be used. So what do we do usually after getting the input? We will try to store the input in any variable. Consider that the user gives details about him, like his name, his age, his phone number. So, we will store those inputs in some variables and those can be used somewhere else in the code again. Let's look at the example. In this program, we are trying to get input from the user using CIN keyword. Notice that the cout statement is used to give information to the user about what he should give as input. Though it is not required, it actually helps the user and anyone would expect that. See? It's kind of professional to do this way. Practicing those helps a lot. So, at last, how to do that? It's so simple. Use the keyword CIN and append them with two greater than symbols, which is otherwise called extraction operator. The operator just tells the compiler that anything the user gives as the input should be directed to the variable used in the code. In layman terms, whatever you give in the terminal as input will be equated to the variable like we are assigning in the code. By taking the first example, consider the user gives 50 to the input and it is just assigned to the variable ftemp. That's all. There is nothing complicated. Like cout, we can also chain CIN keyword using the extraction operator. Hey, if chain the operations, then how will the compiler differentiates? Consider the second example. In the terminal, after giving the value for a variable var1, just press enter key and the compiler still prompts for input, because until you give 3 inputs to the required variables, the compiler prompts for input. So, the sequence is give the value, press enter and repeat. And, the order also matters. The first input you give will taken for the variable which is immediately following the CIN keyword.